Welcome to Java Forum. Now we are going to see how to install Oracle Linux 9.0 on VirtualBox 6.1 with guest additions. So Oracle Linux 9.0 is a much awaited release and it's a clone from Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So first I am creating one new virtual machine for Oracle Linux 9.0 with the 8 GB RAM and 40 GB dynamically allocated hard disk. So virtual machine is created successfully. Let me go to settings. So system, go to system. So motherboard, I am removing the floppy. Optical disk will be the first device in boot order. Select the USB tablet, and in processor I am allocating 4 core processor. In storage I am selecting Oracle Linux 9.0 DVD ISO file. You can upload that DVD ISO file. So you need to register with the Oracle website in order to download the DVD ISO file. So network, I am selecting host only adapter because it's a local install. I am not going to connect to the internet. Okay, all settings are completed for Oracle Linux 9 virtual machine. So let us start the installation. So I am starting the virtual machine now. So this is the boot menu. Select install Oracle Linux 9.0. So installation screen had arrived. Select the install English as the default language. So installation summary screen. So software selection, you can see server with guy. Adjust time and date according to your time zone. Installation destination, select your virtual hard drive. So root password, provide the root password and one login user. So for my convenient, I am providing a weak password. When you use this virtual machine in live, please use a strong password. For my convenient, I am giving the weak password. Please use a strong password when you are working in live. Okay, everything is fine. I have created one login user. So click the begin installation. So installation is in progress now. Installation is completed. Click the reboot system button. Yes, so you can see that it's rebooted successfully. So this is the first login in Oracle Linux 9 virtual machine. So go to show applications, settings, show applications, settings. So in left hand side you can see a lot of options will be for there for settings. So yeah, click the displays in order to adjust your screen resolution. Yes. Okay, so this is my screen resolution. So now next step is I am going to install VirtualBox dependencies for guest additions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount the Oracle Linux 9.0 DVD. So once again I'm mounting the DVD. So in that DVD you can see two directories will be there, AppStream and base OS. So this in this directory you can see all the RPMs will be there for VirtualBox dependencies. No need to download from internet. So these are the list of RPMs I have copied from AppStream and base OS folders in DVD. So I have provided the list of RPMs in description of the video required by Oracle Linux guest editions. So these are the RPMs I have copied in separate folder. So I am going to install this RPM in single shot. So this is the command, selecting all the RPMs in single shot. So you can see RPMs are getting installed. I think around 15 RPMs are there for VirtualBox dependencies. So make sure that you have updated the VirtualBox. This is the VirtualBox 6.1.36, which has the fix for latest kernel. I mean Red Hat Linux 9.0's kernel 5.14. That 5. Series kernel fix is there available in this latest VirtualBox. Yes, so VirtualBox dependent RPMs are installed now. Now I am going to install guest editions. So what I am going to do, I am going to unmount this optical drive, that is Oracle Linux optical drive. Next I am going to insert guest editions CD image. So I am not going to run this guest edition CD image directly. What I am going to do is, I am going to VirtualBox CD image, copy all the installation files to separate directory, because in my case I have faced some issues when I am running directly. So I am copying all the VirtualBox guest edition CD image installation files to separate directory. Yes. So now I am going to terminal once again. Now I am going to install VirtualBox guest editions. So first I am giving the permission to all the files. Now I am going to run the command VBoxGuestAdditions.run. Make sure that you switch as a root user. Only root user can install the RPMs and guest editions. Very important note here. Oracle Linux use two kernel. One kernel is for unbreakable Linux kernel, which is used by Oracle. Another kernel is adapted from Red Hat Linux, which is 5.14. So you can see that kernel modules, kernel address not found. You can ignore this message. So this is for Oracle kernel. Oracle kernel, I mean unbreakable kernel, which is a different one. You can ignore this message. So VirtualBox Guest Addition is installed successfully. Next step is, I have shut down the machine. Go to General, Advanced, select the Shared Clipboard and drag and drop as bidirectional. Next I am changing the boot order. Change the boot order so that it's boot from hard disk. That's it. Now I am start the virtual machine. While starting, please note down, select the kernel version as 5.14. Don't go to unbreakable. Kernel version. So I am selecting 5.14 because guest edition is installed for 5.14 only. Also in DVD I did not find kernel headers for unbreakable kernel version. Okay, so everything is fine. You can see that screen resolution is automatically adjusted. So I am running this command. So I am copying this in order to check whether shared clipboard is working or not. So I am copying this to Windows host notepad. Yes, I can able to copy from Oracle Linux 9.0 to Windows host. Now I am typing some letters, some sentence in notepad. Try to copy to Oracle Linux virtual machine. Yes, so share clipboard is working fine. So Oracle Linux 9.0 virtual machine installation on VirtualBox 6.1 with guest addition is successful. Make sure that you have updated the VirtualBox. So I am using VirtualBox 6.1.36 for this installation. And also make sure that you are selected the kernel version correctly, because Oracle uses two kernels, unbreakable Linux kernel and other kernel which is adapted from Red Hat. So these are the applications available by default, all lightweight applications only, system monitor, disk analyzer, lightweight applications. You can install any packages or applications if you require. And also Oracle Linux 9 has lot of features. So it's a clone of Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9. So everything is fine. Oracle Linux 9.0 installation is successful.